which is dumb. You can only broadcast up to 8 hours.
What's up, YouTube?
What's up, YouTube? Can we move the camera a little bit over?
I worry that if I do that, it's going to make the camera cut out. It has happened to me a million times.
No, stop touching. Stop. Boom. And I will post a link on my Snapchat to try to get somebody. I just. It'd be funny if I casted a thing to upstairs. That'd be funny.
Oh no, Lee just sent me a text that said Ozzy Osbourne rushed to intensive care with health concerns.
Oh.
I hope he's alright.
It's Tyler's fault. He said he didn't like Ozzy. I'm texting that to Tyler right now.
Alright, let me tweet out this link, and then we'll get started here. Our live stream is just awesome. It's so cool how we just go live and then look on our phones.
Yep.
I don't know what Kyle's doing, but Kyle is live on Caffeine right now. The name of the app is Caffeine. It's like a new live stream thing.
Okay.
He's offline now. He said he's thinking about switching over his live streams to that. I'm not exactly sure why.
Look it up. What was I about? Oh yeah, and put in the link. That is radio. What is it called? Caffeine?
Mm-hmm.
Caffeine. I hate this. I hate websites that freaking do that. The app is here, and that's the only thing you can do.
Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to get the app. That's how it works.
If it tells me that the freaking app is here, I'm gonna be mad. I just want to know what you're freaking. We're not gonna download the app if we don't know what it is. So you gotta tell us what it is. Here we go. Okay. Caffeine is a new way for you and your friends to enjoy and create live gaming, entertainment, and creative arts projects. Simplicity is at the core of what we do. From our clean design to our simple use tools, we make it incredibly easy for everyone to start broadcasting in no time. Your feed shows what your friends are creating and watching. We surface the most relevant messages for each person on the broadcast, creating a new friendly way to hang out and meet new people. Broadcast a game in no time with our easy-to-use Windows app, or broadcast yourself from your browser or iPhone. That's cool.
All right, let's do this. And Taggart's got an idea for the intro, so he's going to do the intro this time.
Oh my god, we don't gotta do the intro?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
All right, let's do it. You ready?
Yep.
Taggart said he wanted to do the intro. He wanted to say, like, what am I doing on this part of the show? And that's it. I think that's pretty funny. All right. Ready?
Yup.
What just kicked on? Turn the heat off. Whatever.
It's not picking it up.
You'll be able to hear a slight murmur of it in the background the whole time. Ready?
Yup.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Howdy Radio, the next generation, episode 39. I'm Brandon.
I'm Lane.
And this is our special TV episode of Howdy Radio. We'll get to that here in a little bit after we talk to you. We'll get Taggart on a little bit later, and we're going to talk about all kinds of fun TV stuff. We're going to talk about what kind of TVs we had when we were kids. We're going to talk about the shows that we watched when we were kids, shows we watch now, how we watch TV now, just TV in general. And then we're going to give our all-time top 3 favorite shows. And I'm not going to pick The Simpsons just because, just so that I can say 3 other shows besides The Simpsons. So we'll get to that here in a little bit.
I still know which your number one's going to be.
Okay. You think you know what my number one's going to be?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Well, we'll see if you're right.
All right.
All right. So we had a pretty cool week this week, since the last time we spoke, really, on the show. A week ago, me and Lane went on a Friday night. Last Friday night, we drove from Cincinnati up to Dayton, Ohio to go see a wrestling show of a company that we've never seen before called Rockstar Pro Wrestling. So tell people what you thought of that.
Oh, it was really, really fun.
Yeah.
It was really fun like the whole entire time, but like the main event was kind of underwhelming.
Yeah, the main event was the worst part of the show. Maybe they have WWE syndrome because they do the exact same thing. Their main events are the worst matches on the card mostly now.
Yep.
So we went up there. It's a little indie show. There was, what do you say, a couple hundred people in there, maybe?
Yeah.
A couple hundred people.
Like 200.
It was this company. It was their 7th anniversary show. So this was like, they do the big show every year. So this was their equivalent of WrestleMania. We didn't really know many of the people that were there. There was a couple guys, I think maybe 2 guys that we saw that wrestle for the Cincinnati company, NWF, that we've been to a couple times. So they also go up there. But some of the main guys that are in this company, I used to watch wrestle in Cincinnati like 15 years ago. We used to go to a company called HWA, Heartland Wrestling Association. We used to go to their shows every single Tuesday night every week. And that's where Dean Ambrose got his start. So we got to see him before he made it to the WWE. And there was a tag team that was in HWA. And now they have gone on and they're in this Rockstar Pro. They're also on Impact Wrestling. They've done really well in Impact. They're all over the place in the indies. So yeah, it was a really, really fun show, I thought. It was funny. Like, it was more funny than a regular wrestling show. And if you remember, like, as we were waiting to get into the building, when we were literally freezing to death outside, standing in line to get into a wrestling show, we talked to the guys in front of us for just a second. And they said that they had been, to a bunch of shows. And we were like, yeah, this is our first one. And he's like, oh, you're going to love it. It's hilarious, is what he said. Yeah. And to me, I thought, like, I'm going to see a wrestling show. Hilarious isn't normally the way that like I would describe a wrestling show to somebody, but that's what that guy said. And he was 100% correct. The wrestling was really good, but I don't know, just the comedy of it all, it was way funnier than most shows. The way that they would just the wrestlers would talk out loud and stuff and in the match and
just yell at the other person. They did that a lot.
One guy kissed another guy and then told him that the test came back and he has AIDS. That happened.
Same guy yelled pizza rolls when he kicked someone.
It was really funny. So, but the big part of why we went up there, I've been wanting to go check out one of their shows for a while now. And then when they announced this one, they announced that from DX, from way back in the 90s in WWE, one of the DX members, Billy Gunn, was there. And he's done stuff with the company before, but I got to the point where I'm like, you know what? I want to start getting some pictures with some of these wrestlers and, going and doing it like, at a show like this is a pretty good way to do it. So we got to meet Billy Gunn. We literally walked through the door of the arena. It's not even an arena. It's just a big open warehouse, basically. So we walk in.
Beforehand, you were like, I really hope we're able to get like a signing or a picture with Billy Gunn.
Right.
And then we walk in and he's like right to our
He's
left
just standing
there.
right there.
He's just standing right there.
And then the worker guy's like, you want to meet Billy Gunn? I'm like, yes, I
do
want to meet Billy Gunn. So it was $20 that we paid to meet Billy Gunn. And we got a picture taken with him. So me, Lane, and Billy Gunn in the picture. It's on my Instagram, Captain Howdy 1027. We also got an autographed picture from him. We both got to shake his hand. He was super nice to both of us.
Humongous
hands. So, I mean, obviously I know, like, most wrestlers are ginormously bigger than I am, but I never really thought Billy Gunn was like a huge guy or anything until I shook his hand. And like Lane was like, his hand was so huge, and I'm like, well, I'm an adult, and it was still like my hand was nothing compared to his hand. But yeah, it was a nice handshake. This was like a day or two after the news about Dean Ambrose leaving WWE came out. So Billy Gunn is hired by the new company, AEW, as their producer. So I was like, I'm going to ask him some AEW questions. So I said, is Dean Ambrose going to show up in AEW? And he said, honestly, I don't think so. So take that for what it's worth. Of course, if he knows something, he's not allowed to tell us anyway, and I understand that. But yeah, it was a cool answer then, and I think
he didn't say no.
Yeah, he said honestly, I don't think so. Yeah, it wasn't a yes or no, but it was more just his opinion.
If anything, he probably didn't know anything.
Yeah,
right?
Might not have.
He might be like, I really don't know, but but my opinion is he's probably not going to.
Yeah,
and we also went back to like the old stuff.
Yeah,
like the indies.
Yeah, and I said good luck with AEW, and he was really nice, and he was like, "Oh, thank you very much." He really appreciated somebody saying that to him, I think. And then his match was hilarious. He wrestled Sami Callihan, who's one of the top guys in Impact, and he's a part of the Ohio versus Everything group that they got going on. And the match was hilarious. The best part to me was the beginning where Billy Gunn started to do his little shtick where he, if you're not down, back then he used to say, if you're not down with D-Generation X, I got two words for you, suck it. That was his big thing. Even though the Road Dogg, his tag team partner, talked for like 20 minutes, that was like all he said. So he started saying it the other night. He started saying, if you're not down with Rockstar Pro, and then Sami Callihan like interrupted him and cut him off. And Billy Gunn cracked the whole arena was cracking up. He says, please, what do you say? Do not interrupt me. This is all I got going for me.
The only thing I got.
It's the only thing I got. So at least he was, really funny about, the fact that he only really had one line that he said. I can't wait to go back to another show. It was cool. We got to meet Billy Gunn. He was super nice.
Yeah, a good match.
His match was good, and he won the match. And I think there was a couple people there that are really big Sami Callihan fans, understandably. They were like upset that Sami Callihan lost the match, but I thought it was cool to see Billy Gunn win.
Yeah.
And like the whole crowd went nuts and like cheered for him for like 2 minutes after the match was over. It's cool because like, you go to a little...
For a minute, I thought he was going to like say a retirement speech for a second. He was just like standing there and like not doing anything.
Yeah. It's cool because, you go to a little show like that and like everybody really appreciates when, you get to see somebody like Billy Gunn in a little small setting like that. So he got a huge ovation after his match was over, and that was one of my favorite parts of the whole show, if not my favorite. I think probably my favorite part of the whole show. There was a lot of really cool wrestling though. We saw a lot of really cool moves.
A lot of people that they couldn't jump off the top rope really because they were like right by the ceiling. So this company, we saw them at their second to the last show at the building that we saw it at. They're getting ready to change buildings, and because they're growing and they need more space, and they're turning the new one into a bar / wrestling place. So that sounds awesome to me. I wish that was in Cincinnati, not in Dayton. But so yeah, that's that. That was awesome. So also we played a little bit of video games in the last week. Wrestling and video games. That's what we do. We got Resident Evil 2. I think we mentioned on the last show that we got it, but we hadn't started it yet. So as of right now, we just got out of the police station. Spoiler alerts, you get out of the police station at some point during the game if you haven't played it. I am loving it, man. Like, I haven't played this game, I don't think, since I played through it the first time it came out. I didn't really remember much about it, honestly. I knew I loved it when I played it back then, but it was never one that like really stuck with me. Like, I never replayed it through the years. I love it. I think it's awesome. I love all of the little puzzles of figuring out where to go and stuff. Tyler's been playing it with us, and I think he's actually hands-on controller played it more than either of us have, which is fine. I don't care. It's just, I think it's fun for us all to sit down and play it. I wish there had been multiple times where like I wish I had my phone set up and I was recording it, because there's been quite a few jump scares. Okay, there's been a ton of jump scares for Lane, and still quite a few for Tyler also. And those couple that's been for you too.
There was the one where the dude came through the wall at one point, and we all just lost it at that point.
Because the guy's like named like Timon or whatever, and like he's like a huge, what do we call him?
He's just a really big dude.
Yeah, he's like not really like he's not really
You
a
call him
zombie.
Dick Tracy zombie?
Yeah, he's like a huge, like he has like a hat on and like
Yeah.
a coat, even though he knocked his hat off.
And so out of everything that's happened, okay, we're just going full spoiler here.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to talk about it, skip
This
ahead.
game's
just a
like
couple
14
minutes.
years old.
Yeah. But so there's all the zombies. There's all the zombies that's been attacking us all game.
Yes.
And that's to be expected. So this guy, the tyrant guy, I think has been the most creepy out of everything. Because he follows you around the police station, and you hear his footsteps, and the music changes when he gets close, and you got to kind of hide from him to get him to go by. And he can open doors. That's completely different than anything that's happened in the game so far.
Walk through walls.
So he was hard. And then we finally took care of him when we were getting ready to leave the police station. But I think he'll be back. I think so.
Yeah.
I'm sure he will be. Yeah.
It was like, because usually like the music kicks in when he's close.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're like on this other side that we haven't been in, so we don't know the area of the place.
Yeah.
And then we're just walking through this hallway, and then the wall just breaks open, and he's just right there.
It was awesome. I mean, it's so well done. I'm having so much fun playing it. It's taken us a little while to get through it because we said that we were only going to play it when it's dark outside to add to the experience, which for sure has added to the experience. Yes. But it has made it to where it takes us a lot longer to be able to play through the game, because sometimes during the week we only have like an hour or two at night that we can really all sit down and play together. So
also, it did help that we had like a couple snow days.
Yeah.
Because of that.
So we'll get through it though.
Yeah.
We're not too far from the end.
Yeah, we only have like maybe 2 hours. It's supposed to be
2-3 hours, maybe. I would say maybe 3 or 4 tops.
I don't think that much because we're at like 6:45 and it's 7:30.
Yeah.
So
I've been having a blast with it. It's been a lot of fun.
It's scary.
But then I was in the mood to play something on the PS4, but I couldn't play that one without the boys playing with me. So I went and got Yakuza 0 from GameStop this week. I don't know what it is about those games, but I love them very much. So I started Yakuza 0. I'm probably just 3 or 4 hours into that now, and that's like a 30-hour game. It's twice as long as the other Yakuza game I played, but I'm loving this one so far. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about video games that let you walk around and explore 1980s Japan that just I have to play it. And it's not like there's a lot of them. I mean, it's Shinmu and it's Yakuza, but for some reason, like I don't know what it is.
You like those old Japanese beat 'em up games.
Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely a beat 'em up. I love the story. It's all in Japanese is the only downside. You got to read the entire, I mean, it's 30 hours worth of reading. And then the cutscenes are so long in these games. I mean, it's almost just like watching a 30-hour movie with just a little bit of gameplay in between, which is normally not my thing. But for some reason, I love it on this one. So that's a cool game.
Yeah.
What about you? Did you play anything different this week?
I've been playing that Apex Legends game.
How's that? Me and the Unknown Pod guys are going to check that out after we finish this.
I've been liking it a lot. It definitely is. Like you got to get used to it. It's not other battle royale games. It's definitely different.
Well, we're going to try that out today, and it'll be on the Howdy Inc. YouTube page. So make sure you're subscribed and check it out. Hopefully this one does not get messed up as last week's did with Anthem. We live streamed and then I screwed it up and it didn't save. So hopefully we don't have that happen.
You had to press stop broadcast.
Yeah, I'm so used to just turning off the PlayStation when I'm done, and that's what I did. It was the easiest, quickest way to be done, but I screwed it up. All right, I think that's all we got for our little monologue area here.
I think so.
Cool. So this is the TV episode. So let's talk about some TV. Let's get Taggart on here, and we'll do it.
Yep. I think with the Apex game, I think you might have some trouble with it. It's not too hard, but it is kind of hard to kill people.
Taggart's not ready yet. He said his mom called.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, Well, I guess we can just go out of order and just record the outro
Alright.
while we're waiting.
What do I want to record with? What's up, everybody?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Howdy Radio.
Is ours plugged in? No, it's not. No, it's not plugged in.
This is our tell people, to a bunch.
Yep.
If you're not
Yep.
down, walk through
Yep.
walls.
Oh.
Hard. Or two at night that we can really all. Don't really know what to say on the outro since we haven't done the main part of the show.
When was
I was driving down 75 yesterday.
Jesus Christ.
All right, let's just see what happens here.
Okay.
All right, I think that's our show for the day, right?
Yeah.
That was a really great discussion about television that we just had.
Very, very fun.
Yeah, totally. So, I don't know that we have any ideas for our next theme. If anybody has any ideas, post them in the comments or tweet us. Or
not wrestling or music.
Yeah, we got the wrestling or music, or we got all that under control.
Yeah.
You don't need to
Or
recommend
video
that.
games. We don't need that either.
Yeah, we got that covered. God, every show we've done a pretty long talk about wrestling. Sorry for you guys that don't like wrestling, but oh well.
Oh, Kenny's in AEW.
Yeah, Kenny is in AEW. Let's talk about that while we're actually waiting for Taggart to record the TV part of this episode. Yeah, Kenny's in AEW. That's awesome. We're literally just wasting time because Taggart wasn't ready yet, and we record things all out of whack for this show. So Kenny's in AEW. AEW is going to be awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. What else? Oh man, this ain't a good way to end the show.
Yeah, I see you.
All right, so if anybody thinks of anything good for us to talk about, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out between now and then. So check out all of our websites and all of our social media and everything. Go to howdyinc.com for all the good fun stuff. Go to my Instagram and my Twitter, Captain Howdy 1027. Lane, where can we find you?
On Instagram at Lane Wiley.
Yep.
And then on Xbox at Meta316, and on PlayStation, Meta_316.
Cool. I'll have to put those links on howdyinc.com so that they're all there. Check out my other show that I do with my buddies called The Unknown Podcast. If you have not checked that out, we didn't do a new episode this week, but we'll be. Oh no, we won't be back next week either. So just go ahead and check out.
Next week.
I think Smoothie's out of town next week, or doing something next week. So this just gives you some time to go through and listen to the old episodes.
Yes,
because that's what you're supposed to do anyway.
Yes.
All right, so we'll be back next week or maybe the week after. I don't know. We're going to another wrestling show here coming up, right? Is that? Yeah. We're going to NXT, but I think we'll be doing another show between now and then. Hopefully, Kyle, our good buddy Kyle from Iconoclash, he might be joining us for the NXT wrestling show, which would be awesome if he decided he wanted to go.
Yep.
Cool. So yeah, go do all of those things.
Do all of that.
We should figure out a better sign off.
Yeah.
It should be you. You should no, it should be. Because I'm always the one that does the what's up, welcome to the show. So you should be like, all right, see you later.
Yeah, you always say blah blah bye, and I say bye.
But that's not good. We need to work on that. Try one right now because we're still just wasting time.
See you guys in the next episode of Howdy Radio, the next generation. Next episode, episode 40.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Go us.
Yes.
We could say, I see you later.
Sure.
All right.
Jesus Christ. Once Tiger gets on the call, we should just say that. Come on, phone. What?
All right, Tiger, let's go, man. His mom called. That could take all day.
What?
All right, I think that's our show for the day, right?
Yeah.
That was a really great discussion about television that we just had.
Right. Very fun.
Yeah, totally. So I don't know that we have any ideas. Come on, Tech.
Watch this, Dad. I don't know what the saying is.
That's pretty crazy.
No, it's not over. It gets crazy.
I'd rather hear it though.
They're just yelling.
That's pretty cool.
Yo.
Guess I could sit here and. Oh no, I don't have the intro. Well, come on, man. I'm gonna go switch my laundry while I have a second.
Okay.
Entertain the live stream while I'm gone.
Hello there.
You entertain the live stream?
I entertained myself. I entertained the live stream.
What's up, dude?
Yo. Fucking impatient ass. Jesus.
You hear him?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Very loudly.
Good. I need to be louder.
All right, you got your Audacity ready to roll?
I just opened it up because I was going to make you that clip too.
Yeah. When we get done, record your clip and then just put both of them in the folder.
All right.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Kyle. And get super close to the mic.
That's what I'm doing.
Hello.
Hello. You sound good like that though.
Hello.
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 I wish I need one of them things like you got so I could like have it like this.
What does your microphone look like?
It's a little $20 jobber.
Okay, gotcha.
That's not too bad.
Because I saw like these arms on Amazon for like $13.
Hello.
Yeah, it's a 3.5 millimeter jack, but
I wonder if a
fucking-
blue snowball would be better on you.
What?
I wonder if a blue snowball would be better on you. Because that's not ours, but a different one. Because that's what Cameron has.
So is it like really super clear? Mine?
Yeah, yours sounds really good.
Is ours.
Okay. Did you say mine sucks?
No, it says is ours.
Oh, yeah, you guys sound good.
Okay.
We got that good quality going on now here at Howdy.
Yep. Yep.
Howdy Radio.
All right, so our list of stuff to talk about. First TV you had, first shows you watched, cartoons, how you watch TV now, and top 3 shows. And I said at the beginning of the show that my top 3 shows is not going to include The Simpsons just because.
Oh, no.
Is that a current lineup of 3 shows, or
I have 2.
All right, are we ready? Are you
is
ready?
that a current lineup of 3 shows, or is it just whenever?
Taggart?
Can you hear me?
Just barely. I like super duper low.
Can't hear you. Might be on my end with this headphone thing.
How about now?
Talk, Tiger.
Talk.
I can hear you a little bit, but not enough to actually know what you're saying. Talk, Tiger.
Yo.
Yeah, you're super low.
Something happened.
Might be on your end.
I didn't do anything. I just raised my microphone up closer to my face.
Something come unplugged or not pushed in all the way or something?
I don't think so.
Say something now.
Say something now.
It's my headphone adapter. It's not on your end.
Okay.
Talk. Yeah, you're super low still.
Can you keep talking?
Talk to the talk to the talk to talk to talk to talk to talk.
Got it.
Sweet.
Wait. Talk, Tiger.
I'm talking.
I can't hear him well either. Can you hear him well now?
I can out of mine,
It like cut. It like kind of weird cut.
How
How about now?
Oh, you said. Can you turn it up a little bit just over there?
I need the monitors raised, please. Raise the monitors on his level.
Is that good?
A little bit high.
It's really
A little bit higher.
I can't really hear him too well. Talk, Tara.
Say something.
It's okay.
Chickadee check.
All right. Ready to hit record on Audacity?
I guess so.
All right. We'll do 3, 2, 1, then we'll hit record, and then I'll bring it in. Or do you want to bring it in?
I'll bring it in.
All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1, record.
So it's time for the TV episode.
Yeah.
And we have our buddy Taggart here again this week.
What's up, guys? Hi.
How you doing, buddy Taggart?
Pretty good, buddy Brandon and Buddy Lane.
One thing that we got to touch on real quick, very, very briefly before we get to the TV was we told the people that we would give them the updates on the Royal Rumble scorecards. And I don't have them with me, but I know that Taggart won. So good job, Taggart. You won.
I did not win, actually. Lane won.
Oh, Lane won?
Yeah.
Oh,
I did
I'm sorry.
74 points.
Oh, man, I got you guys mixed up. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Nice job, Lane.
I did horribly this time.
Okay, gotcha. My bad.
Although I did get some extra points from the Daniel Bryan thing because there was actually 4 that was listed on something.
Yeah.
Finishers, maybe. And then I had 4 on my sheet. So
Yeah.
I got bonus.
I got a couple extra bonus points because of that stuff.
But I still lost.
Yeah. All right. Well, nice job, Lane. Royal Rumble, not very good.
No, not very good at all.
So
a great Botchamania episode for us, though.
Yeah.
It was very funny.
So we are here to talk about television today. That is our topic for this episode of Howdy Radio. So we want to start with where we all started. Okay. What was the first TV that you remember having when you were a kid?
I'm going to step out of this one because I don't remember what first TV I had.
Okay.
The one about 10 years ago you had that had the remote and the smart TV, and it was like 55 inches. And
Yep.
Am I right?
I mean, that wouldn't be his first TV, but one of the first family TVs, but not 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It wasn't 55-inch and smart TV, I don't think.
And also that TV was
I gotcha.
2017.
Yeah.
The TV that he's talking about, the one that we have now, that's 2017.
Yeah. All right. So when I was a kid, we had the big console tube TV that sat on the floor, and it had like big old cat. It was like built into a cabinet with speakers and dials and everything. Did you have one like that, Taggart?
I had one like that.
Yeah, it was like wood grain all around it. It was a bigger one. It was probably like 32 inches or so, maybe 36 inches, maybe not that big. I don't know. But that's what I grew up watching in my mom's living room. That was what I watched. And then I had my own first TV that was personally mine that I ended up with in my room, probably when I was like 10 years old or so. Was a little black and white TV, believe it or not. It was like a little 13-inch rabbit ear black and white TV where you had to like stand a certain way in the room for the antennas to actually pick up the channels you were looking for. That's how old I am.
I got you beat.
All right, what do you got?
My grandpa, when we go to his house, had 3 channels.
Yeah.
He had 2, 8, and 10 or 13.
Okay.
And then I remember the TV we had these little silver buttons down the side.
Okay.
And it like when you push the button, the number would light up, and it had 2 through 13.
Yeah.
And then the bottom one was a longer button that you pushed that was the power button.
Gotcha.
We didn't have any remote, none of that.
No remote. Man, I don't. So my little black and white TV didn't have a remote, but our one in the living room, I know the big console one did. And I guess I grew up rich because we always had cable. As far back as I can remember, we had cable with the big. I remember having cable with the big remote that had a wire connected to the cable box. So it wasn't very remote because it was still connected with a cable.
It's remote as long as you're in the vicinity of the television.
Yeah. Yep. So I remember like my little black and white TV, it had like 5 or 6 channels on it. It had 5, 9, 12, 19, and 64. And then later on I started getting channel 25, which is where I started watching ECW at. Yeah. So we had cable. When did you get cable?
That was our cable, 2 through 13.
Okay.
Yeah. We had like the basic cable.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm really a few years older than you too.
Yeah, so. Right. So Lane, you've had cable all your life. Yes. You've never gone without having 500 channels of crap to choose from.
Yep.
All right? So what else do we have? What's the first shows you remember watching then on those old televisions? What did we all grow up watching? Taggart?
I was into like the car shows like Knight Rider, Dukes of Hazzard, and like comedies. I like a lot of comedies. Like we grew up watching like the old ABC shows like Family Matters and Perfect Strangers, Full House.
Were great. Yep. Those were good childhood shows for sure.
I probably mine is probably just Scooby-Doo all the way.
Yeah, Lane was big into Scooby-Doo.
I just like cleaned out my cabinets, like my bookshelves, that had a bunch of movies and stuff on them. And I realized that like at one point I had like every single Scooby-Doo movie, a TV show like ever.
Yeah.
It's pretty insane.
I watched a lot of Scooby-Doo when I was a kid too. I used to always really like the Scooby-Doo what were they called? The Mystery Hour or something like that. Scooby-Doo movies is what it was called. It was an hour long.
Yeah. And it had the special guest character on them.
Special guest, yeah. Batman was on one of them.
Those.
Yeah, they were called Scooby-Doo movies. They were hour-long episodes.
Scooby-Doo meets
they had
Batman and Robin.
They had the Addams Family on one of them.
Nice.
Those
were so good.
Batman and Robin.
Yeah,
that's a good one. I
love those. I remember watching those when I was a kid. They were on like Sunday morning on USA. And I would watch them all then. So those were good ones. Taggart, you named off some good ones there. Full House and stuff like that. Those were all good ones. What about cartoons? Ninja Turtles during late 80s for sure.
I watched a lot of cartoons.
Yeah. I loved, when we were younger, it's not the same way now. When we were younger, we would get home from school and like that's when like the cool cartoons would start on TV. Back, I remember like, and I can't place what year it was, early 90s, I guess it was. Like you'd get home from school and there would be DuckTales and Tailspin, and those were all Disney shows.
Darkwing Duck,
yes. Those were all really
good
shows.
Why are there so many ducks?
I don't know why there is so many ducks. Good point.
The Mighty Ducks.
Yeah. So that was fun. I always loved the after school cartoons thing, and that's not a thing anymore. That's a thing of the past. Now there's Cartoon Network, and you can just watch it whenever, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you follow Cartoon Flicks on Instagram?
No, I do not.
You should. I'll tag you into that after this is
cool.
over. They show a lot of good, like, old school cartoon clips on there. It's pretty
okay, cool. What about Looney Tunes? You guys Looney Tunes fans?
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up with my mom and my uncle was just the biggest Looney Tunes fan that I've ever met in my life. So he watched them like crazy, and I loved them. And I don't rewatch them too often, but every once in a while when I turn them back on, it's just like an instant blast from childhood watching those old Looney Tunes.
Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, Tom and Jerry was good. You know, a show I liked a lot when I was a kid. I used to actually wake up early. Like in elementary school time, I would wake up early to watch it before I went to school. Was Mr. Wizard's World. Did you ever watch that?
Never heard of it.
Oh, no. It was on Nickelodeon. It was this old dude that did science experiments. And
we never had Nickelodeon until like 96.
Okay. Okay, gotcha.
Or MTV.
Yeah, you missed out on a lot of stuff then if you didn't have Nickelodeon until 96. Oh, man.
I remember that's when around when Beavis and Butthead first came around, which is another good show.
At least like 99 and like early 2000 had a bunch of good stuff.
We didn't have MTV where I lived, so I went to trade school and where we had other schools that went there with us. And my buddy that went there lived in another school district, and he got MTV, so I had him record Beavis and Butthead for me on a VHS tape.
Yeah, that's great.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, but like there was like.
So then you missed out on
all of those Nick at Night shows of like early, like late 90s, right?
No, the Nick at Night shows like Dick Van Dyke and stuff like that.
No, not like the Friends and stuff. Like
like now they show Friends and stuff like that.
I mean, like the like Cat and Dog and
Cat Dog,
Bug, right? Like Bug.
Those were all 90s. Yeah. But that's a good one. You mentioned Nick at Night too. When I was a kid, that was one of the main things that like my mom liked watching was the Nick at Night stuff that had the Dick Van Dyke Show, Mary Tyler Moore. What other shows were on? I don't know. Those old 60s and 70s shows. No, that was in the 90s. No. That show was stupid. I never liked that show ever. That was a terrible show. Everybody Loves Raymond. I think that's terrible. I was a big fan of it. Yeah, that was a terrible TV show. So, along with all of the things that we named, wrestling was a big thing that I watched when I was a kid, of course.
So we're talking about wrestling.
Always wrestling. But then, like, I mean, MTV, like, you missed out on, like, it sounds like you missed out on, like, the grunge years of MTV.
I did. Do you know what the very first music video was on MTV?
TV killed the radio star.
Video killed
the radio star. Sorry.
I thought I might have stumped you there.
No, I got that one.
Yeah.
Now MTV is all just stupid reality shows, and I think everybody our age wishes they would just change the name of the station or just go out of business completely. That's a shame. MTV was so cool. It was such a big part of my childhood because of the rock and roll music that was happening during that time.
Should be RTV, reality television.
Yeah, or just terrible TV channel. So we kind of dove into cartoons. That was next on my list. We kind of already did talk about cartoons. What Ninja Turtles, the after school cartoons, what else?
He-Man, Thundercats.
Yep.
Ayo.
All those shows had such cool toys around them as well.
Yeah. Hanna-Barbera cartoons were good.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, good call.
Huckleberry Hound.
Flintstones.
Yes, the Flintstones and the Jetsons.
Yep.
Yeah,
I love the Flintstones.
Same here. That's one of my all-time favorite shows for sure. Another one that my uncle loves so much.
I made a Voltron joke at chess club yesterday.
You made a Voltron joke?
Well, yeah, like it was like coming together because we were all talking about everybody being too loud. Like, tell everybody to come.
Oh, you got the Flintstones mobile right there.
I was like, everybody to come together and we can all like.
I'm watching Voltron right now, as a matter of fact, but it's the new one on Netflix.
Go to Ray's link really good if he knows what Voltron is.
Yeah,
I'm watching it right now, but it's the new one on Netflix.
Gotcha.
Oh, Netflix.
I'm trying to beef up I'm wanting to beef up my Plex TV section, and I need more stuff like that in there.
Castlevania.
Well, I can watch that on Netflix.
You can also watch Voltron on Netflix.
Yeah, same here. I watched the first episode, and that's it. And now there's like 2 seasons, and I'm way behind.
Yeah.
Castlevania or Voltron?
Castlevania.
Oh, okay. I'll say there's like 7 seasons of Voltron now.
Gotcha. I added some Adult Swim stuff to my Plex the other day. I realized that Home Movies was no longer on any streaming service, and that's not cool. So then I was like, what other Adult Swim stuff do I need? So I got that. I got Harvey Birdman. I got Sea Lab. I got Space Ghost Coast to Coast. I'm pretty excited to watch all that stuff again. Those were all really good.
Robot Chicken.
Robot Chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fries and burger.
I've had Aqua Teen. I've been watching, or I think I'm watching Aqua Teen on Kyle's actually.
This is offline because I was going to try to watch Transformers and I couldn't watch it.
Gotcha. That happens. Sometimes it says it's offline, but you can click it and it still works. Did you try that?
I did not.
Yes. Even if it says offline, at least try to click it because there's been a lot of times I've clicked it when it said offline and everything worked just fine.
Okay.
It's weird.
Will do.
Yeah. So we all said what we used to watch TV on when we were little kids. What's your main ways of watching TV now that we live in this crazy digital world that we live in? Taggart, you don't have cable, right?
Nope.
You're lucky.
I watch Netflix and Hulu, and
That's all you need.
It is.
Yeah.
And if you have Plex, Kyle gets everything.
Yeah.
So
I have his Plex. I have his
Yeah,
Brandon's
those
Plex.
three things. Yeah, you have Plex, Netflix, and Hulu, and it's more TV than you could ever watch in your entire life.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a different way of watching it. But we still have
1/4 of cable.
Yeah, we still have cable here, and the main reason is because of Liz, and she likes just turning on like
everything.
Food Network. She likes watching the Reds baseball games.
I'll
And
turn on like Ball sometimes. I'll turn on some of those.
I have your guys' Direct TV Now thing. So.
You ain't the only one. There's a lot of people that are glad that we still pay for DirecTV because of that.
If I get Froggy, that's what I'll do. Is I'll watch it on there.
Yeah, that's a bill that I would love to eliminate, but whatever. It is what it is. So do you still watch most of your stuff on like an actual TV, or do you go with your phone, or?
Little both. I watch a lot of stuff on the TV. I watch a lot of stuff on the iPad.
Through your TV, are you watching it on the PS4 or smart TV?
PS4. I also have a Chromecast, so
yeah,
none of that works.
My Chromecast has been acting up lately.
Has it?
Kind of annoying.
Our house is filled with Chromecast. We love Chromecast.
Like every single room has a Chromecast.
Yeah.
So I watch Arrow and the Flash through the CW app. And then
I still need
from my phone
to catch up with the
to
Flash. I haven't watched
Chromecast.
multiple episodes.
I'm way behind this season too.
I put it's not good though. So
from what I've saw so far, it's not the best season.
yeah, I heard that it just went straight down.
I haven't watched any Arrow this season yet either.
I haven't watched an episode of Arrow.
The Flash is like your favorite show. I can't believe you haven't kept up with that.
I just completely forgot about it. Like I've been watching other shows and stuff like that.
You need to
And,
watch
like,
Black
I
Lightning. It's
plugged in
really
my
good.
DirecTV, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh look, it's 6 episodes that are on. I was like, oh, kind of needed to watch these again.
Gotcha. I still do most of my watching on a TV. I don't use my iPad at all anymore because it's kind of crapped out on me. So I usually either use the PS4 or I cast from my phone to the TV. I have a smart TV down here in the basement, but I don't use the smart TV applications. I turn on the PS4.
You don't need it.
Yeah.
Everything could just be downloaded on the PS4.
Right, but I wouldn't have to turn on the PS4 if I just used the TV. We kind of talked about that on Unknown Pod one day. I'm kind of using two things when I don't really need to be using two things.
Change for just a second. Tiger, are you going to be playing Apex Legends with Dad after this episode's over?
I can.
Yeah, buddy. That's the plan. Oh, you need to keep up with the Unknown Pod chat.
FYI, you can only have 3 people in a squad.
I'm not getting any notifications
Just
for it
FYI.
anymore.
So if Taggart's going to play, it'd be you guys, and then like
Scott said he was into playing, so it might be the 3 of us. Nobody else said anything, so
I'm not getting notifications for the Twitter thing anymore.
Oh, okay. You
I don't
probably
know
turned them
why.
off.
No, they're not off.
No, I don't know.
Stupid Twitter.
Yeah. So one TV thing I've been wanting to do lately is to get Shudder. I'd like to subscribe to that, check that out for a little bit. There's a Child's Play series coming out. Yeah, that looks cool. They announced that there's going to be a Creep Show series coming on Shudder, which I think sounds really cool.
Child's Play. I put a lot of people hating on it. So it's not like an actual doll. it's like an AI like robot that like
Yeah, of course it is.
But like on the channel that had the trailer on it, like had a video prior that's like the company that makes it, like has an own company. It was like, we have some shocking thing to show you guys, and the newest like AI technology, and then the beginning of it is at the beginning of like blah blah, and then shows Chucky and all him killing everyone.
Gotcha.
It looks crazy.
Yep. I'd like to see a new Child's Play. I've never been a huge Child's Play fan, but I'm good with checking out a reboot.
Yeah.
What else? All right. Do we want to get into our top 3 favorite shows? Are we there? Do we have anything else we wanted to talk about?
So.
Can't think of anything.
We kind of just basically for the last 20 minutes just named TV shows.
Yeah, basically.
That's basically what we did.
Because it wasn't wrestling, so we couldn't talk about anything.
Yeah. All right. So let's go into the top 3. Our top 3 all-time favorite television shows. I'm excluding The Simpsons just because I want to pick 3 different things that aren't The Simpsons. So by default, The Simpsons will always win.
In like an actual order, can I just
I'm gonna say one is BoJack Horseman.
Let's just. I don't think we need to do a top like specific 1, 2, 3. We can just say what our 3 favorite shows are.
The 3 are probably gonna be BoJack Horseman.
Are you talking about what I'm doing?
No,
or yours is? Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry.
No, whatever. Go ahead.
Probably BoJack Horseman, Rick and Morty, and The Flash.
Okay.
Probably my.
I didn't know you were that into BoJack.
Well, I still need to finish it out, but
okay.
For what all I saw and how much I binged it, I like it a lot.
So The Flash is on your list.
Flash is number 1.
What do you like so much about The Flash? Why is Flash so good?
So cheesy and it's so funny,
okay.
and I just love The Flash. I love like as a hero, it's such a cool thing, and like the characters are good. Like since like now, like I never really like thought this show was going down, like in production or anything like that.
Yeah.
So
BoJack, what do you like about BoJack?
The humor of it. That's why you like it too. Like we kind of both like it for the same reason.
Yeah.
It's super like dark humor.
Super dark. It's one of the most depressing shows in the history of television.
Yes.
All right.
And then there's Rick and Morty.
And Rick and Morty. All right. Why Rick and Morty? What's so great about Rick and Morty?
A lot more dark humor. A lot more actual humor than sadness.
Yeah.
But
I got my the owner of my bar. I got him hooked on Rick and Morty now. He's like 52 years old, and he's like, "Oh my God, Rick and Morty is the best thing ever." Like I hear him, like I'm in the kitchen cooking, and I hear him out behind the bar talking to customers. Like, "Have you checked out Rick and Morty? Brandon got me watching it, and it is fantastic." So he's like out there selling Rick and Morty to everybody now, and it's hilarious. I got him set up with Plex on the computer at work so he could watch all of them. He was watching them on Adult Swim. He's like, it's on at 11 and it's on again at 3 a.m. and it's the same episode both times. I'm like, just get onto my Plex and watch them all. And of course, he had no idea what that meant. So I had to get him set up. And now he sits at work when we're all working and he sits in the back watching Rick and Morty.
Sounds about right.
Yep. Yeah, Rick and Morty is pretty great. All right,
Yeah.
Taggart, what's your top 3?
All time?
All time.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Okay.
Ninja Turtles, probably.
Any certain year of Ninja Turtles?
Anything but the current
series
because it's stupid looking.
Yeah. Have you really like checked it out yet though?
I watched the first episode and I thought it was dumb.
Okay, gotcha.
Probably Arrow, even though I haven't watched it yet this season.
Gotcha. All right, so let's go through yours. You got what was your first one?
Mine.
Dukes of Hazzard. What's so cool about Dukes of Hazzard? Why did you like that so much?
I just thought it was when I was a kid, it was compelling watching the car flying and just.
There you go. That's it. The car flying is the whole thing.
I mean, Noah can sit here and watch a YouTube video of it just jumping for like 45 minutes straight. So
that's pretty cool.
I raised him right, I guess.
That wasn't one that I ever got into when I was a kid. What year was that? Like, when was that actually made?
79, because it's the 40th season or anniversary this year.
Okay. When did you start watching it? How old were you? Do you remember?
I was born in 78, so
Yeah.
I don't remember it till
Yeah.
like 82.
Okay.
But I watched it on reruns and stuff.
So one of like your earliest childhood shows that you remember is that show then?
Yep.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to a car expo thing here once and got to see the car, right? Was the car there when we went?
No.
No. Okay, well I went to another one where the car was there then. Just
Knight Rider was there.
That's right. Knight Rider was there. That's
Yeah.
right. The new Knight Rider though, right? It wasn't the old
Both.
one. It was both. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Tyler, I have a couple Ninja Turtle comics that I want to give you. That I found in
Okay.
my room that like still have like the packaging with the packaging with it and stuff. So
Yeah. What is it?
it's some Ninja Turtle comics.
Oh, comics. Cool.
One of Lane's things today was to clean off his bookshelf, and he found a couple comics on there.
Sweet. Yeah, I'll take them. Thanks.
Cool.
And they're
So-
not like new ones, they're like old, like 90s, 80s ones.
Yep. So Ninja
Sweet.
Turtle. Okay. So Dukes of Hazzard. That was one I remember. Ninja Turtles. That started when late 80s. Because I think
87?
7 is what I was thinking. I remember watching that like right off the bat, like from
Yeah.
the very beginning. And I'm sure you did too.
Mm-hmm.
That was when was that on? Was that a Saturday morning one at that point? Or was that an after school one? I think that might have been after school when I watched that.
I think it started as an afternoon one, and then when they moved to CBS, it went to Saturday mornings.
Okay. Now they're on Nickelodeon, and I liked the reboot that they did, like in the early 2000s. I liked that a lot. That was
Yes.
a really great series. But
And then
I didn't check out much of the last one, and I haven't checked out this one at all.
the CGI one was really good. And the one, the 2002 one or whatever,
Mhm.
that was an afternoon one, I remember,
Gotcha.
on Fox.
Yeah.
That one was really good.
Yeah.
But this new one looks just god awful.
I remember when the debut, what was it, 2002 or 2003, when that series started.
Mhm.
The first episode was on Saturday morning. They played 2 episodes on the debut, and it was on Saturday morning. And I remember I stayed up all night. I had some friends over or something. We stayed up all night drinking and partying and stuff. And then it was like, oh, the new Ninja Turtles is on in like 2 hours. So we stayed up and pulled an all-nighter and watched the Ninja Turtles and then went to bed.
Nice.
I'm guessing because you guys were so drunk, you guys were like, this is awesome.
I mean, I was really into it. I was really excited for the show to come back, and I thought they did a really good job with that reboot. What was your number 3?
Probably Arrow.
Arrow. Okay. What do you like about Arrow?
It's it's got a good story. Like I said, I haven't watched it this season yet, but
How many seasons have they done?
I think this is
This is 7 or 8.
Is it 7?
I think it's 7.
I have
Okay,
no idea.
maybe it's 7.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't watched it too much. I haven't watched it this season yet. The season ending from last season kind of made me mad. So
Gotcha. That's the dude that was at All In, right?
Yeah.
Stephen Amell, yes,
Steven Miller.
Yeah.
Wonder if-
Steven Amell.
he took
wonder
that crazy table bump.
He did, yeah.
Yes.
His match didn't suck.
Yeah.
Usually when a celebrity
I
gets
completely
involved
forgot about his match.
in wrestling, yeah, it's definitely not like the one I remembered for
Yes.
sure. But usually when a celebrity gets involved in wrestling, it's terrible. But I
Yeah.
think he was one of the best ones. Like he actually
Him
put
and-
on a decent
Enough
match.
that they knew that he could actually run a match.
Yeah, that was
Him
all
and
right.
Cody Rhodes are good buddies. Like, 'cause
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes has been on Arrow a couple times.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
I think he's on this season. I think
Yeah,
he's
there's
on
been a
one of
couple
those
times here
seasons.
recently that he's like tweeted that he's like out filming for the new episode or something. All right, that's your 3, my 3, and then we'll wrap this up. Number 1 is The Simpsons of all time. I'm
You
just,
said you weren't good.
but I'm not saying that, but I have to just put that in as a disclaimer. So I'm gonna say Scrubs, The Office, and BoJack Horseman.
All the 3 shows. What about How I Met Your Mother?
How I Met Your Mother would probably be like 4 or 5, but I can only pick 3, so that's what I'm
That would
picking.
have been my 4 and 5 with Scrubs and How I Met Your Mother.
Gotcha. Yeah, I loved How I Met Your Mother. That was such a good show.
Yes.
All 3 shows you have binged about 1,200 times.
I mean, The Office is basically why we still pay for Netflix.
Yes.
I
Um,
still
Even though it's
need
going
to
to be
watch
taken off of Netflix here soon.
I've
I
never
wonder how much
watched
money they
some of
spend to
that.
have Office on that on Netflix.
it's probably their most expensive thing.
Probably. Wasn't it
Or
like
Friends. They paid a lot of money
yeah,
to have
it
Friends
was
on there.
like $4 million or something like that.
Something
to
stupid.
Shameless is a good show too that I
Shameless
watched.
is. I kind of restarted that the other night, just kind of as I was going to bed. I turned it on, so I wasn't paying
Didn't
super
we
close
see
attention to it.
that house?
Yeah, we went to the house in
in
Chicago. Yeah, the three of us did.
This current season now is the last one for Fiona. So
That's right. I forgot about that. That's stupid.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, I like Scrubs. Scrubs was it was one of the sadder shows also. Like there was all these secondary characters that they brought in and killed, and it was always really sad.
Yep, always.
Well,
it's a doctor show, so people do gotta die.
Yep. One of my favorite episodes of television ever was the episode of Scrubs where Ben dies. Yep.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert for season 3, episode 14 of Scrubs.
2004.
It's just, guys, I cannot watch that episode and like still not get a tear in my eye every single time at the end of the episode. It's so good.
No, but none of like the 4 of us, but every single time that we watch it, I don't think anybody can.
Yeah, it's so
even
sad.
when we know what's gonna happen. Like we know.
Yeah, I know the lines by heart. I know.
Yeah, like we know exactly what's happening.
Everything.
We're like, oh, we know what that line.
But it was just so
like,
well done.
We watched it like a month ago, and I found out something that like none of us like really realized. Like it was something that he said, something like that. That like it was complete foreshadow.
Right. Yeah.
Now you need to put an asterisk on this because you can't count the season that was on ABC.
The last season of Scrubs does not exist whatsoever. The show ended with the big finale with JD walking down the hallway and everything, and it was one of the best, probably the best series finale I've ever seen in my life was that episode. So the season that came after that for sure does not count.
But Tyler showed me a meme that it was one of the guys like saying there's a season 9, and then another kid was like there is. He was like exactly.
No, there
is no season.
We just found out a couple days ago that Ted, the lawyer from Scrubs, has like a really bad cancer, so he's not doing so well right now. So that really sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Ted was funny. He was a great character on that show. And
get well soon, Ted.
Yeah, absolutely. I know we know you're listening. So thanks for listening, and we hope you get better here soon.
Always asking if you accidentally killed someone or something like that.
There was a Scrubs reunion just like a month or two ago that they did like this live panel from this place, and Bill Lawrence, the creator of the show, he said that, and I love the way that he said it, was that he wanted the characters of that show to be just like The Simpsons. How The Simpsons have their main characters, but they have 100 secondary characters that are all really good. And I thought that was such a good comparison because that's exactly how it is. The secondary characters were so good on Scrubs, like the Todd and all the crazy characters that they had.
Just call
the janitor. Yes, I mean the janitor is one of the best characters ever.
Yeah,
he was awesome. He was one of the best parts of that show for sure. Yeah. All right, what else did I get? Scrubs, The Office. Yeah, I mean, how everybody loves The Office except for Taggart.
I forgot what his real name was.
Who?
The janitor.
In the show?
Yeah, they only said it like once.
Well, they said it twice, and you weren't sure which one you were supposed to believe. No. But he told JD that his name was Josh, I think. And then, like, as soon as he walked away, then some other guy walked up to him and said a different name. So it's like he lies about his name. But Josh is the one that I always liked the most because he did say it. So I think he was being serious when he said it to JD at that point. But also I had read something a while back that Josh is an acronym and it stands for Janitor of Sacred Heart.
Oh.
So that makes sense for it to be his name then.
It's true.
Yeah.
That is actually crazy.
Yeah. So The Office. The Office is great. Also dry humor.
It should have been like Josh.
I have watched that show start to finish, probably more than any other show on any streaming service, I would say.
Yep.
The Office is great. I mean, there's so many Office references. Also, a great secondary cast of characters going on there.
I say all the time at school, why are you the way that you are? I say that all the time.
There's so many good Office lines. You should give that one a go one day, Taggart. Just start it from the beginning and go through. That was one. I didn't start that one from the beginning when it first came on. I remember the first episode I saw was the episode that still has my favorite line of the entire show. It was the episode where they were, it was called Conflict Resolution. and they were going through all these complaint boxes and everything, and they were trying to figure out who told on who in the office and stuff. And Dwight has my favorite line where his comment is, "This morning I bonked myself in the head with the phone." And then Jim steps in to tell you how that happened, because he kept adding a couple nickels to his handset, and every day it got a little bit heavier, and then eventually I just took them all out. So he picked just the image of him bonking himself in the head with the phone. That's when I was sold on The Office. That was the first episode I watched, and that joke made me laugh so hard, and I was like, well, I'm watching The Office from now on.
I don't remember that.
That's my favorite line from the whole show.
Yeah,
That's what got me hooked.
I
I think it was like season 2 or 3 when that happened. So I was definitely not there from the very beginning, but I've watched them all so many times. And my other one is BoJack Horseman, which is the most recent one of everything that's on the list. But I am obsessed and in love with that show. I'm rewatching it again right now. Yes. So I started watching it like a year ago, and I've gone through the whole thing, including the new season that came out, I think 6 or 7 times now. Which is,
I was gonna say, you've watched it a bunch.
It's absurd. I love it. I don't know. I love the characters. I love every single thing about that show. I'll have
to check out too.
It's depressing.
Funny.
It is funny. It makes me
every single
question everything in my life. And it's a great show, and that show has brought me to tears before. It's just such a great show. I love it. Everybody should check out BoJack. And then the other night, I go to bed and I walk upstairs, and the TV is on because Liz had fallen asleep watching TV. And there's a Reese Cup commercial being played on the TV, and the voiceover person that's doing the Reese Cup commercial is Will Arnett. So it's like BoJack is doing Reese Cup commercials. Like I watched it and I was like, that sounds like that's BoJack. Like that's got to be Will Arnett, right? So
he's the guy that does the voice for Lego Batman too.
Yeah, he's also the voice for Lego Batman. That's probably why he was doing it, to promote Lego Batman.
No, he's just that's his job right now. Is doing Reese commercials. So I looked it up to make sure it was him, and it was him. And then a Reddit discussion came up that was like the same thing. Like, is BoJack hawking Reese cups now? Like, does he need the money? And it's like, it's funny to think about it that way. I love BoJack. Everybody check out BoJack.
Yeah,
BoJack is awesome. All right, so that's some really good shows, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. What else? That's it. That's all we got, right?
That's it.
Cool. Taggart, if you can think of any ideas for our next week's show. I don't think we have a theme lined up for that yet. So we'll start brainstorming on our little chat room between now and then.
I know, not next week. If we don't have an episode next week, maybe the week after that, a bunch of games will come out.
All right.
And Anthem will come out.
Yep.
So
make sure you're following Howdy Inc. on YouTube. Just search for Howdy Inc. and we're on there. That's how you watch this if you're watching this live. But we're also going to kind of start streaming some video games a little bit more here and there. And as soon as we hang up from this here in a little bit, we're going to try to get together and play a game of Apex Legends, which is apparently the new Fortnite killer. So we're going to check it out ourselves and see if it's worth a crap. Lane says I won't like it, so.
I didn't say you didn't like it. I said that it might be a little bit difficult for you because it is a little bit it is kind of hard.
Gotcha. So make sure you're following Howdy Inc. on YouTube and turn on your little notifications so that you know and you can watch us suck at video games because you have nothing better to do in your life.
Or you can watch him play Steep again and fall down the hill.
Yeah.
Miles.
That's right. Steep's the best free game ever.
Whoa.
All righty. Taggart, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me again.
We'll see you here in just a little bit on the PS4.
Will do. I'll be there.
All righty. See ya.
Yep.
All righty. Save that. And record your other little thing that you wanted to record. And
we don't got to record anything else.
Drive. Yeah, that's right. We're done.
Oh my God.
Have to. We recorded the outro while we were waiting for you on the phone, so we're ahead of the game.
Nice. Yeah, my mom called. I haven't talked to my mom in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So
gotta talk to your mom.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. I think I need to add a folder to the Google Drive for this number. Oh, wrong one.
What episode number is this?
39.
Wow. You guys gonna do something big for the Big 4-0.
No. I hadn't thought about it.
Should I do the quality better? I'm gonna
Uh,
put it as extreme.
Try to talk again.
Save it as I save as Wave 16-bit is what I save as.
I'm saving it as an MP3.
Or did you go to export audio?
Yes, I see the list. Like it says Apple signed 16-bit PCM.
But Wave is not on yours?
Yeah, I can do it as a WAV file.
Oh, yeah, do that. That's what I do.
16-bit or 32?
16 is what I do.
Okay.
Because we're just talking. It's not that.
Okay.
Yeah. And everything I edit with Wave, and then I output as MP3.
Okie dokie.
Saves it. No better quality that way. I save this already.
Noah, what do you want for lunch?
I'm gonna go chill upstairs.
Noah, what do you want for lunch?
Bye.
Pizza.
Of course, pizza.
I don't have any pizza.
Oh,
I don't have any money for pizza.
Out of luck then. Alrighty, go record your thing and send it over, and
I will as soon as this is done exporting.
All right. Maybe 20 minutes or so, and half hour maybe we'll reconvene on the PS4.
That'll work.
We'll send Scott
Shoot me a text.
Okay.
All right.
All right, later.
Yeah.